Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Concert Junkies, Rob and John. Oh, yeah.
And we're live. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. I am toyah.
I'm Amy Stoner.
And I am Rob. If you haven't been here before,
I have. Well, I've watched.
okay.
I haven't been here. I mean, I've been here,
Yeah.
but not there.
I'm just doing something behind the scenes real quick. Amy, would you like to start?
With myself, with toyah.
First question.
Oh, I'm so thrown off. I thought the show was an hour from now, and I am less prepared than I would like to be. But I just wanted to say I saw you opening for Cold, and was in the photo well, and just had the best time watching you. Just I don't know, one person band is always so fascinating to me. And, I'm used to more like Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins, where you have the bass drum and the cymbals between your knees. But so it's kind of like the new age version of that to me, with electric guitar and keyboards and everything. You were just fascinating to watch. And I did get some really good photos, but I still haven't edited the show. So I will get those up.
Like there'll be like 75 hair colors from
Yes.
There's them weekly these days.
So I ask this question every episode.
Mhm.
What do you want to leave as your legacy?
As my legacy,
Yeah.
I think it would have to be hope and inspiration. It's like I feel like people need this as we keep growing into being a humankind. We need it more and more. So probably these two. Yeah.
That's nice. I was thinking that it's kind of appropriate we're talking to you today because of all the work you do with mental health, and we lost some people in the metal scene today with the plane crash, and Daniel from TDWP and Dave Shapiro passing away. I know you hand out bracelets at shows, and you're always willing to talk. Is there anything you'd like to say to help us out now?
Oh my gosh, I'm honestly processing this by myself. You probably hear my voice breaking.
Yeah.
Because I read this news right before coming here. And it's hard, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's so hard. So all I can say is, you gotta keep on living, right?
Yeah, always count your blessings. Always tell people you love them.
Exactly. And in this hardest times like that, it's exactly what you say. I mean, what we are left with, right? Our own life, our own selves to offer to the world, to continue grinding through, to be the best version of what we can be every day. Yeah, that's my message. Sorry to be falling apart, but yeah, human.
I think we've all shed a couple tears today. It was just such a shock. And, we had a loss a few days ago. So just everything on top of everything.
It's like every day these days. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
So who got you into music in general?
Myself. I just got into the music. I feel like I've always wanted that life before I remember. So my parents would tell me I would be a golden child, falling asleep immediately if the music was playing in the background. And if there was no music, I'd be just crazy. So that was a message before I remember. But then as far as I reach back in my memory, I've always been very musically driven. So I would be very curious of instruments and sounds, and I would just want to make them. I would want to make sounds with myself, with other instruments. And the age of 5, I picked up the guitar. Singing was always there, you know. And yeah, somehow, then music school and so on and so on. And here I am.
Is there anything that you've recorded that isn't an instrument that you made a sound with?
Oh, yes, I do. I actually sample a bunch of things, to be honest, to use in my studio. So the one that I always talk about is the leaves, the fall leaves from the trees,
Hmm.
crunching them, with your feet. It's one of the sounds I like to mix into my snare sound because it adds this amazing gritty crunch that you
Nice.
cannot quite replicate. So that's just one of them. But there is a bunch of different ones. Uh, I love the sound of when you drive in a car and you go on the side of the road a little too far, and there's this like,
Yeah,
Oh, the rumble strip.
there
one.
we go.
Yeah, a lot of atmospheric little things that I like to sample from the world and put into my DAW when I work on my production. Yeah.
Oh, that's really neat.
So you do
There's
everything.
there's a movie. I'm trying to remember what movie it was, but they used the sound of a vacuum cleaner and a hose attached to the vacuum cleaner to make like the horror monster
Yeah.
background. And I always thought that would be fun in a song.
Oh my gosh, anything, honestly, it's like there is no limits to what you can do, which is the best part of music production. It's never limiting. It's like almost too crazy if you think about it. It's so easy to never release a song because you could just continue adding to it and changing it and perfecting it and messing with the sound. So it's a very difficult, idea to where you just gotta put stop to it. It's crazy, but people do it.
Yeah. Art's a lot the same way. Like with my paintings, I could just keep going and I sort of have to tell my self, like, no, stop now. You're good. You got what you wanted to express. Because you'll just keep going.
So you get it. You are an
Get
artist.
it.
But no,
Really get
that's
it.
amazing. That's so cool.
All right, here's a fun question. You both can answer this. 3-day festival. Who are your top 5 on each day that you're bringing with you?
Do they have to still be together?
No, dead or alive, broken
Okay.
up.
Ooh, that makes it harder. Okay, so my top 5 bands are Incubus, Chevelle, Led Zeppelin, Cream, and Billy Joel. So that would be very almost kind of random, but I would totally do that if I had a chance. I'm too young to have ever seen the full original lineup of Led Zeppelin or Cream for that matter, and I would have loved to have been able to do that. I haven't seen Billy Joel, but I've seen Incubus and Chevelle a number of times, but I will still see them whenever I can. But I would pay money to see that.
That's cool.
So that's your day 1.
Oh yeah. Might be day 2. I think I'd have some like big band and swing day 1. Just kind of ease into it. And then day 3, I'd probably have my favorite local bands to be like, because I'm a promoter at heart. So I wouldn't want everyone who's paid to see these big bands, hey, see these great up and coming bands too.
That's cool.
So we'd have, University Drive. They're from my area. Love them to death.
I'm gonna see them very soon. I can't wait. They're coming with Cold to Chicago.
Yes.
So I'm
Yes.
gonna talk to this one.
That's in a couple days for you, right?
It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
No.
In a week. I think exactly in a week. Yeah.
Yeah. I told Ed we were doing this tonight, so that's a message. But yeah, I would have University Drive, Observe the 93rd, Lives Lost, Dinosaurs in Paris. I'm missing a whole bunch of people, and they'll be mad at me. But those are the ones that pop up. Renovair.
Or, for example, the one that sits right in front of you.
I would totally have you come out and do that. You're allowed to play with day 2. You can be my opener.
Nice. That is awesome.
That was complicated, but I like my answer.
It was like I don't even know how you did that. It's like boom, boom, boom. Don't ask me this question because I won't answer. You can keep it going. We
Well,
would
it
sit
was.
here for 7 hours, and I would totally break the law because my festival would be a year long.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Lyndhurst. I have to have them. Sorry. When you have 2 of the cats from one of the litters from a band, you have to have that band play.
Oh, nice. That is cool.
So with at least the lyrics, do you ever get like a writing block of like you don't know what you want to say?
Never happened so far, luckily. But I do, I do sometimes change my lyrics. Like I will write something thinking it's a final version, and then I start working on music production, and then the rhythm of things as I thought they would be changes. And then I am forced to kind of tweak the lyrics. And that is where sometimes I'm like, you know, struggling at parts because now the flow is different. So I gotta just kind of work on it versus having it put out of me. I don't know if it makes sense. Mostly, my lyrics just come to me, and I'm like a medium, It's almost like I cannot type fast enough because it's something inside me that just tells me those lyrics, and I have to write them, and that's how they always are. I never sit and think I'm gonna write a song unless it's a work for hire or work for another artist for hire, in which case I will sit and think because usually it's a subject and they want me to write about something in particular mood, and so on and so on. But for Ayatoya, uh, it's completely like, it's from there. So only the final tweaks are the moments when I would like sometimes struggle and be like, oh, I don't like this line. What can I say instead of that? That would sound better. Things like that. Yeah.
Have you ever changed something lyrically, like right before a show or right before a set, where something societal happened or something happened to you, and you're like, you know what? If I just change this line, it fits with what's happening.
Ooh, you see, I wish I was that smart about this. Instead, on the last tour, we did something completely different, and it's not serious. It's stupid. Kind of challenged each other with Craig Mabbit from Dead Rabbits. He has this song that he performed every night on that tour, and for some reason, how censored is that show? Is it censored at all?
No.
Like speak things.
No, it's not censored.
Every night when he played that song and sang it, all I heard was giant vagina, which he wasn't singing it at all. He was singing something completely different, but I didn't hear that at all. I heard giant vagina. And when I brought this to attention of other people, everybody was like, dude, it sounds like giant vagina. So,
There's
so they
Anna Molly by Incubus. They have the chorus is I picture your face in the back of my eyes. And when that song came out, when they released the single, a friend texted me and said, all I'm hearing is a big Jew fish in the back of my eyes, and I know that's not right. And if you say it to people, they can hear it.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, but you see these kind of things, yes. And then my crew and I, we ate radishes that day, and I burped with radish, and they were like, "Oh, it smells so bad. It's like radish poop from the mouth." And I'm like, "Radish poop" instead of panic room. Then they challenged me to go on stage and sing
Did you do it?
Funny groom singing radish poop, which I did. And I don't
Speaking
think anybody knew. They
speaking
did.
of that song, I was actually listening to it earlier today.
Oh wow, that's awesome. No radish poop in there.
No,
No, but I'm gonna sing it that way from now on.
It fits if you try it. It works.
Yeah. Mm,
Yeah, sorry, no like altruistic intentions in this.
yeah. It's that a Creedence Clearwater Revival song, Bad Moon on the Rise, and people thought it was Bathroom on the Right. And if you go into that song listening for Bathroom on the Right, you can hear it.
Oh my god! So it's the same with my song "Fraud." Uh,
Mm.
so when I released that song, a bunch of people were like, "Dude, are you singing? Because deep inside me, there is dick in this asshole." And all I'm singing,
Say what?
deep inside me, there's a ticking disaster. That's what I'm singing. But of course, my Polish accent,
Yeah.
phrases, whatever. So apparently,
Yeah.
it's a thing.
Cool.
now I'm not going to hear that song the same way ever again.
No, you're not going to be able to.
Sorry, not sorry.
I mean, so the production wise, do you use Reaper or Pro Tools or what's the other one?
So
Logic,
my DAW of choice is Logic Pro.
Logic.
I love it. It's so intuitive. That's something that I, started working when I started learning audio engineering. That was my first DAW. It was before I even go to school. It was before I went to school for audio engineering when I attempted to learn by myself. And I don't know, I just stick with it. It's like the truth is that it doesn't matter which DAW you use as long as it, works with the way your brain works. So like
Yes.
most of them are quite the same. Like Pro Tools is very similar layout. It's just more complex. So like, if you have attention problems, attention disorder like I do, it's better to have a simpler stuff because you don't go so crazy.
Yeah.
Ableton is good for it's completely different way of songwriting and production than the other DAWs. It's almost like you think in blocks. This was not really fitting the way I see music and my ideas. It just wouldn't like be as intuitively easy for me. So I stick with Logic and I love it. I adore. It's like relaxing. It's fun.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was speaking of another local band, Karma, up and coming, very amazing. I was over at AJ's house the one day and he was showing me the program, and I honestly can't remember what it was. But when I went to school for music business, it was 20 years ago, and just seeing these programs now was
Wow.
mind-boggling. And I will say, I told him to put a note a third down, so I feel like I should get writing credit.
Totally. I mean, songwriting right there.
I know, right? But it's so fascinating what all you can do now.
Yeah.
I just from what I learned.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's
Being
literally,
able
they say sky is the limit, and not really. Honestly, it's not. There is no limits to what you
Yeah. And he was telling me about how he'll write this crazy drum part on the program, and then they'll be like, okay, that's not possible. We have to tweak it a little bit because I can't physically play that. And just hearing him describe everything and how he writes and then will change, and it was fascinating.
Yeah.
Just that might be. Have you ever done like have a little video of you working with the program just to give fans like a snippet of the process?
I did like when I do work on, whatever, like single, or I do like little cuts, I
Yeah.
do. And I think I should do more of that. But the problem is when I work, It's like I
You
come
get
down here.
insane.
This is actually the place where my studio is, and the thing is that when I work, it's like the world doesn't exist. So this is downstairs of my place.
Hmm.
There are when I am in music production mode, when I come down here, it's early in the morning with my cup of coffee, and oftentimes it's crazy. But I come up there and it's already dark, and I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Where have I been?
It's so exactly, and it's like I need to go to bathroom, and I'm not gonna go. I'm like I need to pee. I'm not gonna go because I'm so very much in the process of
Yeah.
making what I want to make and chasing my own ideas, trying to be as fast as my brain is. That's very difficult because the ideas come faster than my hands or my knowledge of engineering, and so
Mhm.
I gotta keep up with myself, and that's exhausting but very rewarding at the same time. And so probably if I think about why I'm not recording enough snippets, it's probably why. So I think next time I'm gonna dedicate separate time to just share, not like the process of me working, but maybe aftermath.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that that would
And that'd
be
be cool.
very fascinating.
I'll definitely do it. It's a cool idea.
Especially like when you don't, I mean, most people don't know what these programs look like and what all the lines and everything would look like. And it would just, I think it, I mean, it blew my mind. I'm sure it would blow other people's minds just to be able to see that, like, wow, that's what they do.
Yeah, I could actually. Oh wow! Now that they tell me this, I could get into my projects and maybe do some. Huh? I don't know.
Yeah.
You just sparkled the idea, but I won't tell you because then you will want the copyrights for
Now I'll let you have it.
for intellectual property. Oh man.
All right, so another fun question here.
Uh huh.
Last Supper scenario.
Mm.
Who are your 12 disciples? No family members at all, only musicians, cartoons, and one has to be a female.
Is it
Could
quite?
one be Garfield because he likes lasagna?
It's not to me, right?
I
I don't
don't.
know how to answer this question.
Yes, for both of you.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh, so we said musicians, artists, not family.
No family at all, so nobody gets pissed off.
Do they have to be alive? Could they be dead already?
No, they could already be deceased.
Okay, David Lynch.
oh, that's yeah. Love to pick his brain.
Like I missed so badly having coffee with him. It was one of my bucket lists.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know he's problematic with things he did, like to Tippi Hedren, but I would love to talk to Hitchcock. He's a big
Another
influence in my life.
same. Very much so. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Rebecca, that movie.
That is wow. That would be such a cool supper. Nobody would eat. Everybody would just talk. And
I
drink.
know. But
Just
like, I do still want to point out. I realize he did some awful things, especially to his lead actresses. But oh, and The Rope is fascinating.
yeah.
I think everyone should see this movie because it's one. It looks like one continuous shot. It was actually some others, but like the camera would be coming over into an end table and that would cut, but it looks seamless. But it's one of the first stories or first movies that came out where the two leads were homosexual,
Mhm.
but they never say that, they never specify, and you just slowly watch, oh, they committed a murder, or they getting caught, and it's a fascinating, just lesser known Hitchcock movie.
He was such a master of like gradual tension, right? Where
Yes.
it grabbed you from within, and it like grew in you, and then it grabbed you by the throat.
Yeah.
It's like I don't think many, creators are able to achieve similar results, even with all the
So,
modern tools. It's crazy.
especially so simply, like he did.
Exactly.
There's a movie called Night of the Hunter that was Charles Lawton's one and only directorial movie.
Mhm.
And there is one cheesy scene in there that makes me laugh the whole time. But it
Mhm.
is such a simple black and white, steady movie, but it creeps you out. And they sing, I'm not going to come up with a song. It's a hymn that the main bad guy sings when he walks, and I literally cannot hear that song anymore without getting the chills. And like, there aren't as many movies nowadays because they focus so much on special effects.
You say
But
exactly.
that one, ugh.
Yeah.
Like I would have to say, at least on my end, probably Mark Twain. I would like to speak to.
Cool. I was on his island in Disney World.
Oh,
So much
that's
fun.
wonderful. I did Key West and Ernest Hemingway's house and all the cats. He'd be fascinating.
Oh yeah, he should
Oh
come
yeah,
to the supper. So we have 4, right?
yeah. But if we did like just me, I love transcendentalist poetry, so I would have Ralph Waldo Emerson, Henry David Thoreau, and she wasn't a poet, but Louisa May Alcott. I
Wow.
would have for Little Women. I would have. They're just
Interesting.
very fascinating, and they had really big hearts, and they really tried to change society for the better. And I really admired that in all 3 of them. They'd be fascinating.
Cool.
We
Like
hadn't picked
I'm,
musicians yet.
We should bring, Shuxi, Prince Shuxi and the Banshees because she's cool. And today is the Golf World Day, anyways. World Golf Day.
Oh,
So
nice.
yes, it is.
Shuxi should be there, and
That's
I would
fun.
totally bring Madonna because I have personal fascination with her as a woman, as an artist. I
Hmm.
think she's absolutely fabulous. She's a queen.
The chameleon-like nature of her and the way she can always evolve.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
you can't teach that.
Mhm. No, exactly. So her, and she's alive too. Like
Yes.
that's cool. Live folks there.
She
Mm,
has, I love baseball, and there's a movie came out in '94 called A League of Their Own about during World War II when there were
Beautiful
women's
movie.
baseball leagues. And she wrote a song for the movie called "This Used to Be My Playground,"
I
and
love
that
that song.
song always makes me cry because I'm just thinking of this like magical thing these ladies got to do and how like in awe I am of them and how I wish I one had the opportunity and 2 had the talent because I'm not that good. But that song gets me every single time.
oh yeah, that song is something. It's very sentimental. It's like nostalgic.
Yes, and
So
it fit perfectly with the movie, especially at the end of the movie is when they have it play and they had the real, still at that point alive players playing at the Hall of Fame,
Very
and
sad.
to that song just
uh,
chokes me up.
oh man.
So what are some of your other influences? Could we have them out to dinner?
What do you mean? Oh,
Musical influences. I feel like we need another musician in there.
musician? Uh,
Yeah,
well, I mean, oh my gosh.
I
It's
know it's not an easy
I have
question.
my brain. I don't know if I'm capable of picking and choosing one musician.
Yeah, it's hard. Like I honestly would love to meet Billy Joel someday. That would
I
just
think John Carpenter because I love his soundtracks.
yes, he's very
It's
good. I've
I
been
love
really
it so much.
oh Trent Reznor has that festival coming up where
And
it's
I can't hear about this because I'm missing that festival.
I
I would
know it just
probably go to LA for this, but I'm gonna be on my European tour in Europe.
oh. But that's such a cool idea having let's have these movie composers and TV show composers up and performing because you don't get to see that
No,
except
you
Danny
don't.
Elfman. But yeah,
Yeah, I hope they continue doing that because I really would love to see that. I would love to witness that.
yeah,
Maybe bring it somewhere else. I would just travel on the time when I can to
yeah.
actually witness this because it feels like a dream and I cannot believe I'm not gonna go and see it. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'm hoping if it's successful, he'll maybe like next year we'll do LA and New York, and maybe I can go to New York,
Yeah,
something like that. That would be,
yeah.
oof.
I hope it is successful. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce the guy's last name. Michael starts with a B, but he did the theme to Lost and Fringe and some of those shows. I think he'd be fascinating to watch live. All I'm coming up with is Baldacci, but that's a writer. I could look it up. But yeah, he's fascinating.
Google
He's
is your
one
friend.
of the more up and coming ones that for me anyway, that I've been following.
We should bring some philosophers too, like Carl Jung or Freud,
Yeah.
to torture our minds about deeper, darker sides of humanity.
Yeah, I'm
Seneca.
definitely more of a Jung. I would, yeah.
Probably Seneca.
Nice. Yes. Nice.
Mark Twain, Seneca.
Yeah.
Russo would be interesting.
Music wise, I want Jonathan Davis at the table.
Nice.
I could see that. Ah, Giacchino, Michael Giacchino. That's not even a B. But anyway, I've just like the last decade or so, I guess it's 20 years now. Ouch. I've just been really into everything he does with TV and movies. I think he's really good because it's like with Lost, you were so tense by the smog monster and you never really saw it for the most part. You just heard his music and you got really tense.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably going to yell at me for this. Still never seen it.
It's the first batch of seasons were mind blowing. The ending is kind of the last couple seasons are a little shaky, but
you invest all this time. Watching them, they do this to you at the end. It's like, come.
In my defense, I only listen to music. I don't really watch anything.
Well, I mean that's a good reason.
I don't. I try to find new bands to bring on here. I tried to. I started a thing last night that I might do again tonight on TikTok. I'm gonna just play music and introduce new bands to whoever comes in the room.
That's cool.
Like I don't. Yeah, some are going to be, what do you call it, everybody knows, but majority of it are up and coming. That I'll play and tell you who they are and where to find them and see how that works.
And thank you for that, because everybody needs that.
Yeah. I used to do this with my paintings. I haven't for a bit. For those that don't know, I do abstract surrealistic interpretations of songs basically in painting. So we've got this guy's a Candlebox song. So I have something called synesthesia, where when I hear music I see colors and shapes. So basically what I do is I'll exercise to a song and I get the color scheme and I'll get an idea and then I go in my little studio and I paint. And I that's kind of where I've been getting a lot of my music time because I mean I'm disabled, so I sit and watch TV a lot, but my music time is my painting time, and I can get like everything out. It's just a lot of fun.
It's amazing.
So like this one is they had an album called Wolves come out in I think 2020. They had a song called We, and then a song called Nothing Left to Lose. And I kind of combine them and have We Have Nothing Left to Lose.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Like I used to be in promotion back in the day, and this and a hot sauce I used to promote got me back in the scene. And it's been a wild ride the last few years. Got to meet Rob,
You'll need to unlock
meet
your
you.
iPhone first.
Whoops. Siri went off. Sorry.
I'm like, are you driving a car? All this
I dropped my phone on the floor and it set Siri off. But with your TikTok, that's what I had done with TikTok for a bit, was I would have a song on repeat and I would just film myself painting to the song.
Oh, yeah,
but I was always worried about royalties and intellectual property.
I mean, that's why I don't really play anybody's music on here anymore, because it's like copyright claim, copyright claim. I'm like, all right, I get it. I'll be literally sitting here with the artist. They're playing their acoustic set I
Yeah.
did for a Christmas special. Yeah, there you go. But they're sitting right with me. That's not a. But people don't realize it's not a real person. It's a computer that does everything.
Yeah.
So they don't see that the person's right next to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why when you see me at your show, you saw me at your show, I took photos. I didn't take any film of anything because of X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna have to send it to you. You do what the hell you want with it. That's
Yeah.
that's why I take photos, because I can't get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could put my watermark right on there, or I can not put my watermark on there and say, you know what, let the artists have whatever they want.
That's crazy.
So like I see everybody filming at shows and everything, and I'm like, if you're gonna try to put it on your social media to make money out of it, the money goes right back to the artist.
Yeah, it's the making money part where most of the, I don't want to say most of the bands, you'll get more in trouble with people if you're trying to make money off of it. If you just post like a little snippet without earning, that's up to the artist for the most part.
I mean, that's where everything is, and I'm like, I'm not dealing with that, because if I say clipped your stuff and it's one hair over, guess what? Sony gets Sony gets the money. What do you call it? Runrunner gets the money, and I'm like, I did all this work, but you're stealing the money away from it.
Yeah.
I know, like, I'm not on the stage performing, busting my ass that way, but on the promotional side, okay, so I just did that for nothing. Like, money's not everything to me, it really isn't, but I'm just saying in general, that's the red tape that we all hate. You can only do 1.3 or so of a song or something before they say, I'm gonna take my money now.
I went to school for music business, so like I get why things are, but with this day and age, like, it's so hard to make money off your music. I don't even care. Like, if you need to take it, you need to take it. I want you to survive and be able to keep making music.
Yeah.
I feel so bad.
It is bizarre times for sure.
Yeah, and like 20 years ago when I was in, it was so easy to live on the road, but it was hard to find a tour, and it swapped.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easier to get on a tour, book a tour yourself, but it's so hard to make a living at it.
Oh yeah.
You got to realize this. It's your merch sales. That's all. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
But the fans don't know that.
But the venues
fans think you have a radio hit or a Spotify hit, you're making a bunch of money. And no, my Spotify hit's $1 a year.
Yeah, so pretty much it's merch. But when they do merch cuts, it's like, all right, you're taking the crumbs out of my mouth.
Merch cuts suck, okay?
Yeah.
I don't like this. It's like it makes you not want to even sell anything, you know? I'm like, really? So you take 100% of me busting my balls, selling products that I'm making, and then what? So should I stand there after the show and sell my stuff? Let me just take a break, you know? Let me actually take a break for once. Put my legs
on a low scale of things. All right, so say you went through. I'm not using company names because I'm not going to get in trouble for that. But okay, over $200 or more for 50 shirts. Okay, so you sell them for just a shirt, $30 or 25 or whatever the case may be. It's not back in the day you could get a shirt for $5-10. So 12, technically on our end it's $12, $12 a shirt, $11 a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people don't realize that's why they're at $20, $40, $60 for a hoodie,
That's how
$80 for a hoodie.
on the tour. Yeah, I have to
Mhm.
survive. Hoodies 60, t-shirts
Yep.
are 40. It's
And,
like,
and sometimes you have to match the guy next to you.
yeah,
Yeah.
So I'm saying if both my Valentine's doing 45 a shirt, you're gonna have to do $45 a shirt. Not even that you want to. It's just to meet the Jeffersons. You gotta freaking like my merch. The only reason everything has a 5 at the end of it because $5 goes to a different charity.
nice.
I'm not taking all the money. $5 goes to junior diabetes right now. I'm sorry, St. Jude. I just did junior diabetes. So I pick a charity that I am, you know, I support, and that's where the money goes to.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I'm taking all the money for the product. I'm
Hmm.
saying the $5. That's why it's 35, 45. My cheapest item is $11. I'm just saying $5 goes to that charity, or if somebody's in need, like a GoFundMe that is a real GoFundMe, the money will go there.
Yeah.
yeah,
Everything's on my website, but no, I get it because with the merch cuts and everything else, I mean, you normally don't get door, you normally don't get liquor sales, so it's maybe half, maybe a partial of ticket sales. I don't know how that works anymore. I know it's pay to play no matter what. One way or another, you're paying to play.
yeah.
Because if you're a buy on or you're what do you call it, selling your 50 tickets for that show, because it's always $50. It's always 50 tickets you have to get rid of.
It's crazy. Yeah.
No, they change things.
It depends on the venue, depends on the booker, depends on
Yeah, it depends
so
on the
many
tour.
things.
Many things, but yeah, it's not always like this. But if you look at the bigger spectrum, it's like, with Ticketmaster, Live Nation,
Yeah. And it's so complicated
comes down to what you just said, really.
online purchases because the venues want to make sure that they're going to make enough to be open for the show, but you want to save money and you want to buy your ticket day of, and you can't always do that. Sometimes waiting will get your show canceled because too many people waited to buy a
I
ticket.
mean, I'm not gonna say my sources, but I'm saying there's other ways of. I'll tell you afterwards. But I'm saying that there's ways of doing it that you're not getting this fee, that fee. Oh, I told my mother there's another 50 cents. Like it's not, what do you call it? There's ways of doing it. And I mean, and honestly, I'll give you this much of information that most people don't think of. Find out who the opener is. They
By the
have to sell.
time,
They have to sell tickets.
Yeah,
yeah,
Do your research. Find out that the Wiggles are opening for somebody, and freaking contact the Wiggles. They need to sell 50 tickets. And to be real honestly, do you really know 50 people in New Jersey? Do you know really 50 people in New York? Where your fan base is. Yeah, you're going to sell it out real quickly. But if you have no fan base in New Jersey at all, or Pennsylvania or Connecticut,
hmm,
and you're on this tour and you don't know a single soul, for the people that are going to see the headliner or
yeah,
whatever the case may be, yeah, it might be. I'll be honest. It might be a dick thing to do, to just buy the ticket from Joe Schmo and then miss their set. But at least you're helping them out.
I'd still go to their set.
I know you would, and I'm the first one there, and I'm the last one to pretty much leave half the time. I
Same.
don't miss anybody's set. Every opener. Why are you there 2 hours early?
or,
Well, because
yeah,
I was
I'm
there for.
normally there. I'm normally there an hour before doors because I like to feed the musicians.
that's a
Well,
good,
yeah, and
especially on tour.
and they appreciate that.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen you do it. But I'm
Yes.
just saying. I'm saying in general, like.
Yeah, I'm called Cookie Lady for a reason.
We love cookie ladies.
There you go. You even do vegan, gluten-free, and a combo.
I love it, please.
I'm not saying what venue, but I normally bring donuts to the bouncers if I'm coming, and donuts, or if it's winter, that cup of Joe,
Yeah,
because they can't leave.
yeah.
They'll be
Yeah,
there at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and they won't leave until
the end of the
at
show.
least 1 or 2 in the morning, maybe later.
It's interesting. I run a little program called Adopt a Band. We're on hiatus right now just because fundraising's hard with all the prices being so high. I don't have the heart to ask people to give me money to feed bands. But that's what we do. Is you're in town, we'll get you snacks, we'll get you some drinks, we'll try to get your fans involved to donate, that sort of stuff. But there was one band in town where they're a biggish band. They not quite a legacy band, but they're pretty much a legacy band. They were fine. They didn't need anything, but their roadies did. So I baked and got hot chocolate for the roadies. It's just it's amazing how many people you don't think of because you think, oh, I'm going to help this band, but there's so many people involved with the band.
Exactly. And those are the people who work behind the scenes.
And they work longer.
It's so
Sometimes.
hard. Yeah, they bust their balls.
Oh,
Exactly.
they do.
They need the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cookies were appreciated.
Yeah.
I think the hot chocolate more so because it was really cold in that venue.
Oh my gosh, sounds like a dream for like the early spring tour or winter tour. Ooh.
Yeah, this would have been about early March in Pennsylvania, so it was a little chilly.
Just a little bit.
Similar
If it's
weather.
cold by you, it's cold by me.
And it's freezing by me. Chicago's a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still haven't been out there yet.
It's still cold now. It was warm for like maybe a week after I came back from tour, and now it's in like 50s. It's freezing.
It's about we're having a chill as well with all this rain and everything.
And rain, yeah.
Yeah.
Chill and rain.
Same.
That's about it.
Welcome to Midwest.
Yes.
Well, we're on East Coast theoretically, but still.
Did
So
you
what was
enjoy
it-
Chicago?
I love Chicago. It's
Yeah.
the best. Yeah. Now that I've been everywhere in America, Chicago's the best for me.
Awesome.
I love it. Yeah.
So what is your best memory on stage so far?
Oh my God. My best memory? You know what? I have million best memories. It's hard to like pick one because it's all such a bliss. For me, when I start
Radishes.
performing, I'm like entering this new like dimension, and I love every second of it. I could tell you not the worst, but like the recent bad memory. 'Cause that's easier to remember because I don't have many of these. So in Gramercy Theater was awesome because I love Gramercy Theater. It was an amazing show, beautiful theater, a lot of people. And guess what happens? I fall on stage, fall into my screen. I wore those shoes, like with this big platforms.
Oh, those
Yes, you
platforms.
do.
For some reason, I like just tripped over my own legs. I don't know how it happened. It was a very brief moment, and I fall and into my screen, and screen bends. And then guess what happens? I bounce back, and the screen bounces back right on time for me to be like singing "Panic Room." So bizarre. This was bizarre because I could have like heard something,
Yeah.
So
What?
many bad things could have happened. And
That's the thing you have in common with Madonna. Do you remember her whatever the big music show is in London?
you
and
said, yeah.
The cape come off.
Mhm.
There you go. You can talk about that at your dinner.
So yeah, no man, I know it's funny. Like those I don't know why. We have this beautiful ability of being able to remember bad things better than the good things.
Yes.
I don't
I learned that in psychology class and I wanted to argue it and I couldn't.
Yeah, right? Because
Yeah.
it's unfair. Why?
And
Like,
but
do
one
something.
one thing I've learned with being disabled is to focus on like the small things, the really good things. So I do I play a lot of the good stuff in my head.
Yeah.
But there
Yeah.
are those like nights at 3 a.m. when you can't sleep. And it's like, remember when you were 12 and you stepped on
Yep.
that marker and slid across glass and crashed into desks?
Oh,
That
I'm gonna
happened.
say, yeah.
what?
I'm gonna say every night. I don't. You see me online all night long. I don't sleep, but
No, you don't.
I don't.
That's crazy.
I remember that from my insomnia period in 2023, 24. I'd like just pull up my phone just to distract myself. And there's Rob with the little message saying he's online.
I'm always online. I mean,
Yeah.
not. I have a full time job too, but I'm just saying, weird hours of the night, I will always be up. Mind races too much at nighttime.
Wow. You see, I learned to turn mine off, which is very hard because I could be
Please teach me.
functional on 3 hours. I do like this the whole ritual. Like I use lavender essential oils,
That's smart.
slow deep breaths, all these little things. Massage my legs with like nice lavender cream, and then my
I
hands. So like
started doing the middle of your foot. If
yes,
you massage that, that helps relax you.
there are
Someone
points.
told me,
There are points in your like reflexes, that
yeah,
actually there is like a solar plexus reflex in the center. If you press it firmly, keep it for like 20 seconds, let go, press it firmly again and do it a couple times, and then massage it circularly afterwards. It really helps. It's so weird, but it does.
let's try that.
Yeah.
I'll try anything. My ass needs to go to bed eventually at some time.
And
Yeah,
maybe eat some magnesium before you go to sleep too. It helps. Magnesium. So
interesting.
like
I have
hot
to. I
chocolate
normally
for bedtime
take.
is good.
Yeah, I take mine in the morning. I might just switch it up.
Then I would be sleepy because magnesium makes me like, you know,
It's migraine preventative for me. So
Oh,
they have me take it in the morning to help ward things off.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
I run off of caffeine and nicotine all day. I mean, that's
I love
healthy lifestyle there.
coffee. Mm.
well, you can sprinkle sarcasm on there too, but
Yeah.
just a little bit. I mean that's how I mean that's how I function.
On sarcasm?
And caffeine and cigarettes, yeah.
I think I function on dad jokes.
I
Wow.
mean, that works too.
What did the pickle say to the hot dog? I relish you.
I'm sorry, kiddo, but
Emotional damage. Emotional damage. Emotional damage.
let me get back to that screen.
I'm with the dude here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep getting this pop up on my screen. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get rid of it.
Reactive pop up.
I'm here. It just won't let me.
We see you.
We
We
see.
know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can't. Well, okay. I couldn't see the screen at all. Something popped up. I gotta find out what the hell that is. So, what was the best advice you were ever given?
Me.
That's for both of you.
Both of us.
Control your emotions. I still don't listen to that advice, but it's a good advice.
I so many pieces of advice. I see a therapist, and the current advice is don't be a doormat. Don't let people walk over you, because I'm a very empathetic. I want to help save the world person, and I easily let people run me over because I would much rather help someone than know I didn't when I could have, even if they hurt me. but I'm not supposed to do that as often.
But that's hard.
Well,
That's a hard.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know if that's the best advice I've ever given, but it's a very important one that I have put into effect twice this week. So don't be a doormat, okay?
I will try.
But back to the whole count your blessings.
yeah.
Always say I love you.
Yeah.
I always like to find the humor in things. I think that's a really good piece of advice that gets you through stuff, is finding the humor in stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Because we are too serious about our own life. Life is so.
Mhm.
We are born with death sentence, so it's already a joke. We are born into the joke.
Yeah,
It's really got us here, and so why are we so serious all the time, right?
the only thing guaranteed is death and taxes. So you might as well make a joke about it.
Well, like I'm gonna say, like, I didn't understand it till I got older, but my parents always said it's better to be seen, not heard.
Better
understand-
wait.
It's better to be seen, not heard.
Oh, not heard. Oh, not heard. Heard.
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah,
gotcha. Okay.
I think I'm too loud for that.
Wow. I don't know. Then it's like everything is. I am is the voice. I don't know.
I get that, but it's more of like I didn't know if they were saying that because they wanted us to shut the hell up, or it was more the fact of you don't need to be the loudest person in the room to be heard either.
Yeah.
That's kind of true, but
So, like,
sometimes I
it's
don't
a
know.
double-edged sword there.
I think it's situational.
Yeah, I agree. It
Because
depends.
there's sometimes like I don't want to go into politics, but maybe like with health, like you are your own biggest advocate. You need to scream to be heard sometimes.
Yeah, for your rights.
There are times where it's like you're screaming so loud you're not listening to the advice, so you need to be the silent one. It just
Yeah, and also I don't think like personally with my experience that silent culture clicks with a lot of things that I work on, such as mental health.
that's
It's
true.
important to like really, really talk to people about how you feel. Sometimes you have to scream, almost, or you gotta say it out loud many times.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will not be seen at all, and your
Yes.
problems won't be seen. And then what do? You're trapped in, this whole noise. You gotta get out. But I think your parents wanted to have you shut up.
Yeah, they wanted us to shut the hell up.
It kind of lines
Well,
up.
I mean that
Yeah.
sticks to me to this day. Like it you always have that one advice or comment that will always stick with you.
Hmm.
My daddy would
Or-
always say, "Kids and fish don't speak." And he told me this, and I'm like person that never shuts the fuck up. I talk too much. Everybody would say this, or I know it's too much, but now there is no such thing anymore. We live in
honestly, nothing's too much. It's just the expective of the person. Like,
yeah.
some people love you for it, some people hate you for it.
Oh, yeah.
It is what it is.
That's another piece of advice is this is the hardest one for me to accept is not everyone's going to like me. I have such a hard time with that because I really work hard on being the best person I can be. I am a naturally nice and sweet person, but I work on it. And I always want to help people. And the fact that some people just don't like me, I don't understand.
We will always be villain in someone's story.
Yeah. And that makes me so incredibly uncomfortable because I don't want to be. I don't want to be that. I don't think I'm that, but I am to some people. And it's a good piece of advice, but I can't, it's the hardest one for me to accept.
I feel you. Yeah.
Being loved or hated, you're always going to be on that person's mind regardless. So that's a win in your book anyway.
Oh, yeah.
There's a person I'd rather not be on her mind.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
But it's very true.
Love or hated, I call it a freaking win.
At least you are not nothing. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Interesting.
So before we actually wrap this up, do you have anything you would like to say to your fans at this moment and where you're going to be next?
Oh yes, I want to tell my fans that I love you guys. I just love you so much. Thank you for being, for existing, for tuning in, checking my stuff out and staying, and just for your love. And yeah, I'm going to. There is a couple of things that aren't announced yet in between, but in the fall, I'm going to be in Europe again, European tour number 2. I'm very excited. I cannot wait. It's going to be a blast. So if you're in Europe watching this, then hopefully I see you soon and you see me soon and we get to do this. And if you're in America, well, I will have some news as well. So don't leave just yet.
Get
uh,
your cookie order ready.
I'm not going to reveal today because I can't yet, but don't leave my sites. That's what I meant. Like, and yes, to my Patreons, I want to say that you guys are the best. You really are the best. Before I start crying, um, yeah, I have super awesome family on Patreon now. It's just, I don't know, gonna cry.
Nope.
Other than this,
There's no crying in baseball.
if you're new to Ayatoya, then I have a website ayatoya.com. Of course, all the social media, Spotify's of the world, all the YouTube's, everything. I'm everywhere, so check this stuff out and stay. Yeah, that's it.
Just a reminder, guys, this is on Facebook, Concert Junkies, Robin John, YouTube. Concert Junkies, Robin John, YouTube, and on YouTube, and Twitch is just Concert Rob because they would not let me finish what I was saying.
Interesting, huh?
So before we end this, I just take care of each other. Try to be kind. No drinking and driving. Tell people you love them. And if you're in the pit, pick somebody up if they fall. With that being said, I will see you guys in hopefully a week or two.
Nice.